You have just tuned in to Tanaka TV, the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to over 1K or even 1K by my birthday, which is in about 10 days or so. My birthday is February 3rd, and so that would be a beautiful birthday gift for your homeboy. So today we're going to talk about the WWE. I know, UFC fans, fight fans, this is going to be something very, very different. And we're not going to talk about the current WWE because I don't watch the WWE anymore. I haven't watched it for the last, I don't know how long, probably since I was around 14 years old. And so this is not about current WWE. This is about my personal favorite WWE fighters, competitors. I don't know what you would call them. However, this is my personal favorite, and I think it's going to be a little bit different than maybe people. I don't want to call y'all old heads, okay? I'm not gonna do that to y'all. But it's gonna be different than somebody who would say Hulk Hogan or Andre the Giant or I don't know who else there would really be back in the day. What Iron Sheik? This is not going to probably have them in my list because I'm doing a top 3 today. And so I'm going to start off with The Rock. I think The Rock was a very iconic face and still is, I think, in today's WWE world. But I'm going to start off with him because of how influential he was to me in my childhood. He spanned across so many different generations, including mine, that it's hard to really not put him in my list, my top 3. That do you smell what the Rock is cooking? That is one of the most iconic statements in the WWE. It's hard to forget. It's something that you cannot hear for 10 years, 20 years, and still say, do you smell what the Rock is cooking? It is so iconic that it made so much noise. He made so much noise in the WWE. And so I give it to The Rock. I can't say any notable performances of him because, like I said, it's been so long since I have watched The Rock. But I know that he had those legendary matches with Stone Cold Steve Austin's and you name it, the Triple H's. And like I said, I don't know any specifics because it's been so long. And even he was at that time I was so young when he was really in his prime. With the hairdo, when it was similar to how mine looked before he went bald. Yeah, like it's been a long time. So I'll start there. The Rock. Number 2, like I said, my list is going to be a little bit different than a lot of people's. I'm going to go with Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero for me was somebody who really took your attention whenever he entered with that what is it called? That low rider with the hydraulics. That was always fun to see. And I took notice of Eddie Guerrero very early. And now it's unfortunate. I think that Eddie Guerrero was definitely taken, before he should have been. Like his career was cut short. I think he had many years left in the tank, with his feud with Rey Mysterio, who is still doing his thing. I think, I'm not sure, but I know that within the last 5 years or so that he was still doing his thing. I think Eddie Guerrero would have been right there with him. Eddie Guerrero had the humor. He had the moves. He had the best, in my opinion, entertaining interviews pretty much ever, in that current decade. Like I said, you can say the Hulk Hogans, you can say the Rocks, but Eddie Guerrero is right there, in my opinion. And then I'll go with Dave Batista. Batista was my all-time favorite WWE wrestler of all time, bar none. First of all, he comes from the same area that I come from, Washington, D.C. I took note of that very quickly. And then you really take into account for me of his performances, of the way he did things, his entrances when he would do the fireworks, especially when he got it right. At first, when he would do it, he was kind of off with it. He'd be over here and the fireworks were over there. But when he really got it to where when he would do that, and the fireworks would go with it, and he would do that, boom, I was so hyped. I was one of those kids that would be on the couch, throwing pillows, doing all kinds of boom, be doing it with him. That was Dave Batista to me. And we're not even talking about his performances yet. We're just talking about the man's entrance, and his song went so hard to me. Like, I used to play the WWE game, the 08, the Raw versus SmackDown 2000. I know y'all remember that. People who grew up in my era, we remember how amazing those mid 2000, SmackDown versus Raw games were. Boy, I was playing that from morning to night, trying to get my overly Hulk character looking self to that stage of like just beating the game. And guess who was always my song? Batista's. Guess who was always my fighting style? Batista's. And now if we move into his performances, Dave Batista was just that guy for me. He was so iconic, and he brought so much attention with his ferocity. Okay, like he, first of all, this man weighed like 3,000 pounds, and he had muscle from the eyeballs to his feet. Just. I remember hearing in the announcements, and I don't know if these numbers are inflated or not. This announcer said that this man weighed like 315 pounds. Now, when I was younger, I did not understand how substantial that was. I remember saying, "Oh, I want to look like Dave Batista. I want to look like Randy Orton," not knowing that these men are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", weighing 300 pounds. My guy, you're not gonna get there, especially with my height. Look, I'm like a 5'8". And I weigh like 165 pounds, people. So my idea of like weighing and being as tall as them, trust me, that went out the window quick. But his performances were amazing. Like the Batista bomb, when he would slam people, I already knew that they were done. The pile driver, nobody drove a pile as good as Dave Batista in my eyes. He just had it. When he would shake the ropes and he would go, you already know it was over. And so comment down below, people, who your favorite, let's get the top 3 favorite WWE fighters in your list. I'm sure I'll get some Hulk Hogan's. I'm sure I'll get some, I don't know, Andre the Giant. I know I'll get some Rock. Stone Cold Steve Austin's would definitely be a runner-up for me. Stone Cold Steve Austin's, when he would go on the ropes and he would break the beers and that was always very, very crazy to me. Was it ever crazy to you? Now, this is assuming that he was drinking like actual beer. That you would chug like 2 beers and then you would just be jumping off ropes. That's insane to me. Okay, you never got that feeling when you're about to you're about to throw up that feeling. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's just a different human being than me. But yeah, comment down below your top 3. I would love to hear your childhood or even adulthood. Look, if you still watch WWE, that's completely cool with me. I'm not here to judge. This fight channel is about anything, whether it's a fake punch or a real punch. Like, Like, you might say Roman Reigns. Okay, that's his name, right? I'm sure I might get some of those. So comment down below your top 3 favorite WWE competitors, fighters. I don't know what you would call them. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.